extraordinaire, the Gemologist.
Hi everyone, Happy New Year. Welcome to the Gemologist Presents. I think my first episode of the year is not going to be as long as the last episode of last year. That's been a comment. Some of my listeners have said, your episodes are too long. Also, there's been a request and I'm going to try it for a little bit. Plus, I haven't been at my computer since like Friday and it's Tuesday now. So I don't want to jump on the Audacity and string something together. So maybe going back to Gorilla Podcast might be something to do, just here with me and my phone, and putting things in segments, not polishing it up or increasing the background or amplifying things. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. I think this episode is just going to be the call-ins I've received over the last several episodes. And then maybe try to change things up. I mean, one of my callers had told me I don't need to recap every damn session I play in. He didn't say damn session I play in or run. Maybe I'll pick and choose this time. I do run a lot of games and play in several as well. So yeah, maybe less recap and more thought experiments, more theory, more topics, right? There's some things I want to do this year that I have some goals set for me. Not really resolutions, I would say, but just, finally accepting changes that have happened in my career and life and moving forward with that. And I think that will see a lot of added fruition in my favorite hobby, which is gaming. So let's see how this goes.
Hey, Carl, Jason here. I bought lunch for my employees, so when I ran out to get it, I finished listening to your show. To answer Joe's call about Die Hard being a Christmas movie, I refer you guys to Clerics Wear Ringmail's recent Christmas movie special that Taylor and I recorded together. There are a couple categories of Christmas movies. Die Hard's definitely a Christmas movie, but there's movies about Christmas, where Christmas is what the movie's about, and there are movies that occur during Christmas, right? And Die Hard falls in that occurs during Christmas, not about Christmas. Compared to a movie like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer or, the Santa Claus or, any movie about Nativity of Christ, those kind of things. So I think that's where people get confused because some people don't consider movies that occur during Christmas movies, but, they're wrong.
In the spirit of the new year, let's just call them all Christmas movies, whether they take place during Christmas or about Christmas, because what does it matter? I mean, Amy has this tradition that she watches all the Hallmark Christmas movies, and Hallmark calls them Christmas movies. They all take place during or around Christmas, and they all have some sort of message about Christmas and family and good cheer and being kind to everyone. So by those categories, since they take place during Christmas and are not about some Christmas myth, then they're not Christmas movies. That sounds a bit whack, but very typical of how this country likes to put things into categories and separate as opposed to unify. So I think 2022 is going to be about unification. So like you said, they're all Christmas movies.
Hey, Carl, Jason here. Enjoyed your end of the year episode. The music at the beginning is Basil Palindrosis. I know I said that wrong. It's a Conan soundtrack. As fun as the Pathfinder 2 Abomination Vaults is, it does sound like you need to merge your Wednesday games and pick one game to run, because both the Starfinder game and Pathfinder would benefit from being a weekly game. So maybe, I don't know if you can merge the groups or what. Pick one and then go to the other one when the one's done. I don't know. As far as pushback from the players on character creation for 5e, and other GM decisions. That's one of the reasons I really like rules as written instead of imposing my own house rules on players. which in the long run only served to stroke my ego. Your mileage may vary on that, but I'm getting in the point where I don't like house rules and I like to just run rules as written when possible.
I appreciate your kind words for the end of the year episode. In hindsight, I feel it was kind of long, and it made me realize, like maybe you've just pointed out, that I do run too many games and maybe some should be merged or I should put some on hiatus for a little bit. I guess I should ask the players, most likely tomorrow with Abomination Vault, see what we want to do, see if it's possible to even play weekly, which I think would help for many reasons. You just get shit done. One of my best experiences, and the fact that we finished the whole adventure path, the Dead Sun Starfinder adventure path. We played more or less every week, every Sunday. We'd play that game, barring, special events or people who can go or when people were sick. But we got pretty into the habit and dedicated, and we finished the damn thing. So that might be the way to go, is do a weekly game. This is what we mean to play. If people can't or don't show up, they got a backup, and I just got to pick one. So maybe in this new year too, I don't know, I'm not saying like the fog has lifted. Anyway, that the fog has lifted. I guess that's what I mean to say is I don't know if I'm out of the woods yet as far as coming to grips with my new career and all that, but I think things are getting better, and with that maybe can come more assertiveness, less people pleasing. Not saying do what I want to do, damn the torpedoes, but play the games I want to play because they'll be more sustainable and I'll enjoy them more, and it won't be like sighing in the background or pass-ag complaining about it to different people instead of confronting, right, the issues or the problems. And hey, this is the way we're going to roll up characters, and then if someone pushes back, well, this is the way we're going to roll up characters. Take it or leave it. If you don't like it, shrug my shoulders. I got X number of other players who are cool with it, right? So I think maybe that's better for my sanity, because then if not, in the back of my head, I'm like, what the hell, man? What the hell? Why am I even running this? But being like more assertive, that's a good start.
I had a lot of fun in that Al-Qadim game. I wish I had continued. I'm also sad that Mutant Chronicles was sacrificed for Twilight 2000. I enjoy playing with Amy and the other folks in that group, but I don't like the Twilight 2000 game as much as I like Mutant Chronicles. As far as all the other games you want to play, online and in-person conventions are definitely a good way to get some of that out of the system. So that may be the way to do it. I know you do run games during conventions and online conventions and all, so it's not like that's something you're not doing. But maybe just change up some of the games you're offering to try to get these other offerings to the table. But I look forward to gaming with you in the new year, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.
I feel like the list of dead games is longer than the list of the games that I play, and there are definitely some games that I'd like to try to bring back. Right? I contemplate Broken Lands and how many people would be willing to do that, jump back in, talk to some of the main stars of that game and see how available or willing they are. Al-Qadim would be another one. I wonder if it would be better. Well, I guess we have to look at those characters and see if it would be better or continue from where we stopped, and see how many people are interested. And if you like the character that was rolled up, continue with that. We got the boat. The other people who participated could be put into the background as NPCs, and any crewman or passenger could be added to the boat. it's like the boat is the quote unquote village in this West Marches style game that you go back to at the end of the adventure, and you ply around the Arabian like sea that comprises the Al Qadim verse. I think that might be a good concept. I would love to finish the Mutant Chronicles game, and maybe if it was just you and one other player, it could be done. I felt like you were excited about it, but I couldn't tell if the other players were excited or not about it. Um, or maybe just life happened for them, so it was hard for them to get a handle on it. I mean, I've had several games just kind of die because of COVID, just the COVID fatigue and being online all the time, and maybe Mutant Chronicles suffered from that because I did give an option to, hey, I know I want to run this game Twilight 2000 on my birthday, and I think it took off. It helped that I had players that were excited about it. And then while it was proposed to let's pick up Mutant Chronicles at some other time, there was never a follow-up, and that's partly my fault. But I'd be willing to finish that adventure at least, and I don't know. It just got, I guess what annoyed me the most is, like I said, while you were very excited about it, and maybe one other player was dedicated to it, the other ones were like hard to tell. Hard to tell. So that frustrates me as a GM when I don't get a straight answer from players. Maybe they hate it. Maybe other things are involved. But hey, let me know and not just kind of drop off. So I think that's one of my main frustrations is just be upfront with me. I'm tired of this game. I like to jump from game to game. That's just my thing, which is cool. Just let me know. Saying that, let's be more positive. Let's try to get that Mutant Chronicles adventure finished. And I like the Mutant Chronicles verse. I really do. I really had a cool plan for Mutant Chronicles. And I think it's a really good iteration of the 2D20 system. And it's kind of balanced to me. It's not as granular as Infinity, but not as vague as, say, Disillusion or Dune for some people. I think the Dune one's just fine, but I think actually Dune might be a cool possibility. I did have lunch with a friend of mine who might be interested. I think I mentioned that in the end of the year, but hey, I think playing some of these more narrative games like Powered by the Apocalypse, where you kind of declare your action, then we figure out how we're going to manifest that, might be a better way of tackling like a more narrative 2D20 style like Dune. But Mutant Chronicles was just fine, really. I think it, like I said, it was like that happy medium. I felt like combat was really quick and dirty and deadly, as it should be. And there are just enough skills. Yeah, we got to get that game back up, man. All right. Talk to you. Well, I think you still got another call in, Jason.
Hey, Carl, Jason here. I see you left me some messages. I'm out running errands. I'll listen to them here in a little bit. I want to thank you so much for all the games you give me the past few years. Really enjoyed them. And I'm really looking forward. I think Wednesday we're picking back up with Pathfinder 2, right? With I forget the name of the module. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm really enjoying that game. I definitely enjoyed the games I'm playing in with you, so I'm looking forward to that. So we're going to have the return of Goblin de la Hood, I hope. Hopefully the other players can make it too. It's a really fun group. Really enjoy playing with all those guys. And like I say, you're doing a great job GMing it. So really looking forward to that, and I will talk to you soon. Take care, my friend.
Thanks for always encouraging me, Jason, with both your call-ins and Discord posts. I know you give me a hard time sometimes, but I think it's all in good fun. Never meant to be malicious. Depending on my mood, I take it well as sarcasm or ribbing or badly. So that's all on me. But yeah, I mean, Here's the cool thing about the Abomination Vaults this time around. Since the group has quit the Ruin, we can pick up in town, and even if it's just one or two players, we can do something, gain some XP, figure out the next step. Since we're in the safe zone, the safe village, a la West Marches style. And I think that's what's cool about these kind of mega dungeon adventures is you can retreat to the safe village and pick up where you left off with the same crew or another crew. I did advertise also on the Discord, at least my Discord, that we could be looking for players. I don't want to shout it out to the other Discords, but I don't know. We'll see how if we have full participation, it will not be an issue. But we'll see how things go, and I hope things take off in this new year with that particular game.
All right, Carl. I just recalled something I meant to tell you about. Near me, there's a place called the Dunstable Downs. It's like a big chalk escarpment, well established as being a place of early ancestral activity. The Beaker people were up there. Remains have been found of burial sites and all sorts of stuff, collections in a local museum. And I was passing there the other day, and it looked like there might have been a film crew setting up, and I went there again, and they were still there, and I reckon they was there for about a week, and I saw a kind of a cryptic sign, and I started thinking, I wonder if that's anything to do with the Time Team. It was TTCP, something like that. So, with this lead, I decided to do a little bit of internet research, and I discovered that although there wasn't a new series planned by the original producers, funding or a Kickstarter, something like that, had been successful. And apparently filming, I believe this is right, is due to start at some point. And I'm thinking that you might see something come out pretty soon. But leading on from this, I started thinking, I've often used local sites as inspiration and ideas for my RPGs, and I wondered if in your local area, or maybe places you've travelled to before, whether they've served as inspiration for any of the games that you run. Take care. I'll catch you later.
Yeah, so what I've learned is that it seems that thanks to the overwhelming support of our supporters, Time Team did a Patreon. Time Team has returned for 2 brand new digs, and I guess it was in September of 2021, with episodes due to be released in the spring of 2022 on the Time Team official YouTube channel. And I've noticed also that there's been all the older episodes they've now put on YouTube, and they've redone them so that they don't look so bad. I guess they digitized them, I think. So I think it's pretty cool that they're doing that now, close to where you're at, and maybe another series or another kind of digs for specials. So it looks like I said, they have a Patreon, so maybe I'll join that Patreon. They have like a merch and shops and books and all that kind of stuff, classic content that you can get. I think that's kind of cool. That was a really smart thing to do, some sort of public funding of a show that a lot of people like, and it seems like it's worked, and kind of how media is now with regards to shows. You can now always put something on the YouTube, right? So I think that's pretty cool. And have I been inspired by anything locally? Well, I guess I live in San Antonio, Texas, and there's this Alamo thing. There's some controversy surrounding it. It'd be interesting to have a scenario set in the Texas War of Independence. That might be kind of neat. A lot of places, I think, in the Southwest are kind of cool like that. I know that when I was in Santa Fe in the last couple of years, there's this mountain range called the Sangre de Cristo Mountains, and I actually ran. It was for a convention or two. I ran a Dark Trails Call of Cthulhu scenario set up there in those mountains. So definitely people are inspired by things like that. I love Southwest and the Southwest history, and that could be very inspiring to do something or run something in the Old West. I like Old West history. Enjoy my Deadlands games and would love to run more Dark Trails like that. What 4 hours to Reno was such a fantastic scenario. I think you participated in that. So that's also, inspired by the Old West in a way. So yeah, that's kind of cool. I don't think I'll talk about it here. I think I'll close this episode out, make it short and close to about 20 minutes. That was another I've been accused of being long-winded and rambly. So we'll cut this off here, and I want to maybe talk about in my next episode an adventure idea I have based on a historical site. Not here in Texas, but of course, Colin in England.